Hi there, welcome back to another Just a Thought. This is number 8 now. And today I want to continue really in the trajectory that we've been going in as a church. Recently, you'll know that I've been talking a lot about the importance of one, and this very much ties in with Connect Church's vision that we're going to be sharing on the 31st. And in this vein, we've been looking at Luke chapter 15 and the parables that Jesus taught in response to the Pharisees and teachers of law who took issue with the company that Jesus had been keeping. And these parables, of course, are the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the lost or prodigal son. And of course, our daily prayer messages and the things that we've been looking at in Connect groups have all been focusing on the importance of one. And last night in our Connect group, we looked at the second of those parables, the parable of the lost coin. And it just kind of got me thinking, some of the discussion that was going on just kind of got me thinking a little bit more about this particular parable. Let me read it to you. It's a really short one from Luke chapter 15, verse 8. It says, "Suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Does she not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it?" I think that's a real word for the church there, which I'll expand upon when we share our vision in a couple of weeks' time. And then it goes on, "And when she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbours together and says, 'Rejoice with me, I have found my lost coin.' In the same way, I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents." One of the things that was said when we were talking about this in our group last night is that sort of consciousness that when you lose one thing of which you still have many, there's still a searching that takes place. And it made me think of a particular dilemma that I've been facing for some time now. Now, as you all know, I am a big Star Wars fan. If you didn't know that, then you probably don't know me. But yeah, I've always been a massive fan of the movies since I was 7 years old when I went to see the first one, which was some time ago now. And I have a box set of the 6 movies, the original trilogy and the prequels. Of course, there are sequels to that. I'm not completely discounting them. They're in a bit of a different bracket, but the box set that I have is of the 3 original movies and then the 3 sequels as well, which came out maybe 20 years after that, or whenever it was. Now, of course, it starts with episode 4, and I saw something the other day. There was Obi-Wan Kenobi having a conversation with Yoda, and Obi-Wan was saying, "Master, why did these movies come out 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3?" And Yoda saying, "In charge of scheduling, I was," in response, which is brilliant. So yeah, these are DVDs. Do you remember these? Once upon a time, there were things that we used to watch. So there we have it. Episode 4, episode 5, episode 6, and then episode 2 and episode 3. 1 is missing. My episode 1, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, is missing from the set. I don't know what happened to it. I might have lent it to someone and not got it back. It just might have got lost somewhere. I've been looking for this for ages. If I lent it to you, if I can have it back, that would be really great. But the point is, just because I still have the 5, it doesn't mean that I'm not bothered about the one that's gone. It's valuable in its own right, but its true value is found as being part of the rest. And this is an aspect of what I believe that God is saying about the one that matters, that it has its place, that Phantom Menace has its place in my particular box set. 1 Corinthians 12 tells us that the church is like a body, like a human body, each part of it positioned by God in just the right place for a particular purpose. And each part of that is important. It is value. It's missed when it's gone. The body, the set, is incomplete without it. And why this matters is because the one matters to God. It's why Jesus came, as he says in Luke chapter 19 at verse 10, that the Son came to seek and save the lost. And 2 Corinthians 5:18 says that he reconciled us to himself, and that he gives us the ministry of reconciliation. That we have our part to play in the finding and restoring of the one, and also in the celebrating. And I just want to sort of touch on that a little bit, because it speaks in that parable, and actually in all three of these parables, of a great celebration, a celebration in this parable in heaven over the one being found, the one who has repented, the one who has been restored. I was thinking about being in meetings where you would see perhaps somebody responding to the gospel and giving their lives to Christ, and just the amazing feeling that gives you when you see that. And yet, being in the state that we are in, when you hear about somebody giving their life to Christ, it's good to hear. We really appreciate that news. We're grateful for it. But it's not quite the same. And sort of my concern is that perhaps we can get a bit cold to these things, that we can think, well, that's somebody else's news. It's not really anything to do with me. But no, that's your news. Just stop and think about it for a moment. Don't be like that older brother in the parable of the prodigal son who refused to join the party because he was so absorbed in himself, and actually so absorbed in what he didn't have. The father tells him, he tells the 99 sheep, the 9 other coins, he tells his people today, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. But he goes on to say, but we had to celebrate. I want to encourage you to join the party. When you hear about somebody giving their life to Christ, stop and think about it. Give thanks and give glory to God. Just ask him to just stir up that passion for the one that is lost and is missing in your life. Be stirred to go after the one. So yeah, there you go. Just a few more thoughts into this whole subject. Of course, we'll be sharing our vision on the 31st of January, and I'm really looking forward to that, really excited about that, enthusiastic about that, about what God is saying to us at the moment, about what we're going to be doing as a church and where our focus is going to be. So be in prayer for that. Prepare your heart for what God is going to say. Remember that we have an information meeting that same day, so we'll be sharing the vision in our morning broadcast, and then there'll be an information meeting on Zoom at 8 o'clock that evening. So really encourage you to get involved with both. This Sunday I'm just going to be sharing some verses and bringing some teaching that is foundational to the vision. So I'm excited to share that with you this week, so looking forward to that for Sunday. So there you go. Just a few more thoughts. As I say, it's not a detailed Bible study, just me sharing a few thoughts with you. And I look forward to doing the same again next week. But in the meantime, have an amazing day. I don't know where you are, what you're doing at the moment, but the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day here in Maidstone. So I'm just going to enjoy that and trust that you will too. And God bless you all, and we'll see you all really soon. Take care.